Are we streaming yet? Are we live yet? All right, how's it going, everybody? eCom Tom here with Jason, and we are finally in our studio that we've spent about 2 months creating and that we were supposed to use last week, except we couldn't get the mics to work, and I hope they're working right now. So, yeah,
if you guys can hear us, let us know. We got these brand new little Rode microphones. So you see in like a TV interview.
We're all sorts of fancy now. We're really moving up in the world.
Hopefully you guys can hear us. We spent a lot of time making sure the audio sounded good and all that stuff. And before we get started too, I want you guys to drop in the comments happy birthday to Tom, because this is Tom's 26th birthday. He is now on his own health care, hopefully.
I'm not yet on my own health care. I got surprised yesterday. I thought I had another month, but I do not. So I am currently health careless, but we are on our way to checking that out in the near future.
And also, guys, if you didn't know, we are running a Halloween special on both our Amazon course and our eBay Dropshipping course. Both of them are marked down at $200, so you can get them for $200 off their original price. And that's going to expire tomorrow. We're just doing a little flash sale for Halloween. And if you guys haven't seen, we've sent out some emails and some blasts on ManyChat, Facebook Messenger. And if you guys have any questions about that, let us know. We dropped a link in the description section, and you guys can just go ahead and get that off for $200 off. That's really awesome, especially for the Amazon dropshipping course. It is a huge, huge savings. Normally you guys would have to pay $697, but we're going to give it to you guys for $497. And everybody who's in our course right now, currently, they are loving that course. There's a ton of students
who are making
100 people huge progress. 100 students in 1 month. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. We have a lot of people who have asked about that course, and so we're giving you guys a discount for a couple of days, and that's it. So with that said, we're going to get right into this. And Tom, if you want to talk about kind of the general outline of what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, the whole point of this video today is basically that we are moving into 2020. And I do remember just a couple, it felt like it was just yesterday where we were moving in 2019. We were talking about what are we going to do for 2019?
The uncertainty,
with eBay dropshipping in 2019, that's what I like to talk about in this video is, I mean, with eBay dropshipping in 2019, everything was changing. There was so much stuff that was going on. All these accounts were getting flagged. We didn't know what was happening. And it really seemed like there was the uncertain time, like Jason just said. It was very uncertain. And it left a ton of people scrambling. Quarter 4 was horrible for a lot of people. I went down in sales in Q4, and I know a lot of other people did. So I want to talk about what we're going to be doing going forward in 2020. And the one thing I can say certainly about 2020 so far is, I mean, it's November 1st at the moment, so hopefully nothing catastrophic happens. But
yeah, you never know, though.
It seems pretty stable at the moment, what we're doing with the whole manual, non-API related drop shipping and with using SKU grid, more obscure suppliers and everything like that. And it does seem like it is a very stable setting to be either getting started or continuing drop shipping in 2020. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. And I think back to last year where we were at, and the times are so uncertain because everybody's accounts were getting flagged. You could see the promoted listing impressions, clicks, and sales drop very, very dramatically. Going from 20,000 impressions in one day to 100. That's a huge decrease. That's a 99% decrease basically overnight. And now, if you understand what's causing these issues, you can go ahead and correct them using manual strategies like what we're teaching and using obscure suppliers to differentiate yourself and increase your profit. And now you're in a much better situation. This is a year later. That's where we're at right now as far as November 1st, 2020 goes. So looking forward, what are the strategies going to be? What are the things that are going to be changing? And also, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing to differentiate yourself? What are you guys doing going forward? Or maybe do you guys have any plans of moving on to Amazon, selling on multiple channels, Shopify, Etsy, Amazon, and doing the whole multi-channel e-commerce game? Because that's something that I've been doing for a while now, and it's something that really helps out, because if you have a bad month with one platform, you have these other platforms to kind of boost up your sales. So That's basically where I'm at.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty much nothing that I can see at the moment is going to change going into 2020. In the next 2 months, as long as there isn't a catastrophic update, which usually they like to do at the beginning of every single quarter. We already got, did we not? We got the fall seller update.
Yeah, yep.
Is there a winter seller update? Did that come out? No?
No, not yet.
So
It'll come out February 1st,
it'll come
I
out,
think.
so that hasn't happened yet. So probably at the beginning of the new year, we'll have another update. Hopefully nothing is too wild. It doesn't seem like anything on the horizon is going to really change that much, but it could be. It seems like they're working more towards getting like an FBA type Amazon
That'll be
type
interesting,
FBA thing
yeah.
going on. But there really isn't anything else that I've seen that could be really just foreboding for us that we're going to be in trouble as drop shippers.
Yeah.
But that being said, is I've seen so many people still continuing to hit me up every single day about how they drop ship with Amazon onto eBay, and then they got their Amazon buying account banned, or they got MC011 right away, and all that other stuff that happens that we've been talking about for about a year now. And that just really needs to be getting rid of. But I do understand there's a lot of older YouTube videos out there, and I mean, I doubt anybody will take their YouTube videos down talking about stuff like that. It's not really, it just doesn't make sense if you're getting subscribers off of it. They can find the new content, but it really does lead people to start off on a bad foot, where you're starting off with Amazon as a supplier onto eBay, and a lot of people are getting in trouble right off the bat. Even Walmart, I've seen some people do very well with it. I've seen some people start off and get MC011. Who knows why you get it? There's a multitude of factors that could be behind why you're getting it. But one of the things I've realized, even with account growth or your account growing too fast, I've realized that I've grown accounts very fast before without using Walmart or Amazon as a supplier, even recently, and I've never had any issues with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just something I'm doing, if I have miraculous accounts, or if I'm just being extremely safe, or if it's because I'm not using
Well, we've
Walmart.
talked about this before in the past too. A lot of it comes down to keeping your metrics high and keeping in good standing with whatever platform you're selling on. Everybody says that Amazon's the one that's really strict, but we always see these screenshots from people's emails saying you have an MC011 or your account is suspended, you need to provide us with invoices, etc., etc. And these are the things that are going to, eventually get your account suspended indefinitely, and then you can't sell anymore on that platform. Without a selling account, you can't make money. So we have to attack those things, figure out what's causing them, and how to actually make it so that you guys don't continue to go down this path of getting accounts suspended. If in this Facebook group, we have a big Facebook group. It's called the Dropshipping University. It's on Facebook, and we have about 17,000 people in there. And I mean, every single day I'm seeing screenshots from people saying
AliExpress onto
their
eBay,
accounts
what
are getting
happened?
suspended. Their accounts are getting suspended all the time. So we're really trying to set the record straight and get you guys steered in the right direction going forward in 2020 and beyond. So we got a bunch of comments right now.
One person commented that I look like I'm off in space. I think it's because I'm looking over here.
Yeah, we got
have a
different
monitor
monitors
hanging
over
right here.
here.
We have a monitor right there, and the camera's right there. So I'm like looking all over the place.
He's
but-
also thinking about later on after
Yeah,
this
it's my
live
birthday.
for his birthday, so he might be looking off in space.
All right, so we're gonna answer some questions here. So the first comment here is Jamie Brannon says, "How do I get into the drop shipping business?" And I would say really depends on what you want to start. But if you are here, then I could imagine you want to start eBay or Amazon drop shipping and just watch a bunch of YouTube videos. That's how just about anybody, I would say, gets started. Ask some questions in the free Facebook groups. There's like 3 main big ones, ours being one of them. And just ask questions, get started, take action, and just don't give up. Because if you don't buy a course, or if you don't buy a good course or anything like that, you're going to be starting from nothing if you don't have any experience. And it's really going to just leave you just sitting there like you're going to be making mistake after mistake after mistake, which I've been guilty of before, and I mean we both have.
Yeah, of course.
And it's just all a learning experience. So don't give up. People
But
that give up, I mean,
don't get paralyzed. Don't get overanalyzed. Don't look into every single YouTube video out there and say this person said one thing, this person said another thing. Just go out there. After a certain point, you have to go out there and do some trial and error and learn from your mistakes. And mistakes are going to happen. It's business. So
and
just
BG
learn from
Andrew,
those.
BG Andrew answered the question for us. You start learning. So
Thanks, BG
That's
Andrew.
very true. Ronis Games says hi to all, and Eddie says, do hope it's worth it. Just finished filing for almost all 46 states use sales tax use permits. That's a lot of effort, and I don't think I have $46. That's a lot.
Did you get Mississippi this week?
No, I did not.
Oh.
I got tax exempt at one of the suppliers for Mississippi that I use, and I don't know why, because I didn't actually give them anything. I gave them Louisiana.
I mean, yeah.
Louisiana is another one that they schemed me out of like $200, and I had some words for them, and they did not. They did not enjoy it.
But good job, Eddie. I mean, that's some.
I mean, you're taking the
right
action
there.
that you really need to make this a legitimate, sound business where you are, in fact, going out of your way to do everything that you need to necessarily to be legally allowed to do what you're doing.
Yep.
And then Mark Contreras says, I'm paying taxes on Walmart from eBay Dropshipping, and I'm losing money. Do you want to answer that, Jason?
I mean, you have to get tax exempt if you want to be competitive.
Yeah.
Walmart is a very, very competitive source, right? We call them a source or a supplier.
It's the
They're
number one
very,
top
very
one at the
competitive.
moment, I'd say.
Because, yeah, I mean, Amazon, everybody now is really moving away from Amazon as a supplier, so everybody kind of naturally migrated over to Walmart. And if you're not tax exempt with Walmart, then how are you supposed to stay competitive? Because there's so many other people that are reselling their products. You really need to at least consider becoming or getting on the right foot to become tax exempt when reselling Walmart goods. Because if you're not, you're competing against guys like us who are tax exempt, and we can lower our bottom threshold for our desirable profit margin and outcompete you on price. And price is the number one driving factor for all sales, and that's definitely the truth.
So, I mean, yeah, like Jason said, you need to be getting tax exempt. We teach tax exemption for Walmart, Home Depot, and a few others inside of the eBay course. For Amazon course, it's Walmart, Home Depot, and then we provide you with links, contacts, and everything else that you need for all the other suppliers that we actually do supply you guys. But you really do need to be taking the action. If you think about it, there's infinite amounts of people in the world, or however many people are in the world right now that could watch this YouTube video and start doing what you want to be doing. And if there's going to be some that take action, there's going to be some that start and quit. And the ones that take action and go and get their resale certificates, go and get their LLCs, become a legitimate business, and go out there and get tax exempt, those are the ones that are going to take the extra step, do the things that are uncomfortable, do the things that they don't know what to do right away. I mean, nobody really knows. The tax system doesn't make sense. Nobody's telling you and holding your hand, besides me maybe making you a video, and walking you through the steps. But if you go out and just try to figure things out on your own, and or call people, email people, then eventually you're gonna just succeed. You're going to become the front of the pack, or at least in the pack with the rest of the people that are doing the same thing.
So right now we got 67 people watching. Ooh. Give us a like. It's Tom's birthday. He really, really wants your like. So go ahead and drop that like. If you guys have any more questions, we're gonna keep going through these questions a little bit more rapid fire here, and we're gonna try to answer as many questions as we possibly can. I know there's a lot of you guys out there, so ask away while we can. So where are we at right now?
Travis McKay says, how do you contact eBay as an international seller? I just call them. I mean, I'm not an international seller, so I've never had to deal with that, but I would say if you can call them, if you can find a way to get a U.S. number, I don't think it's that challenging, then you can call them from there. But that's something that you would probably want to ask an international.
A virtual phone number.
You can get virtual
service.
phone numbers.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of stuff out there that I have no idea. Ronis says hi. Mike D says hello. S. Carpenter. We got a S.
I think
Carpenter
Mike D was the guy I was on the phone with 10 minutes ago. What's up, Mike?
How's it going? Yes, we can hear. Yes, we can hear. Happy birthday. Thank you, guys. Oh, my mom's on here. She said happy birthday. Thank you, Mother. Catherine, she spawned me out 26 years ago today. She's a great woman.
She spawned.
Kermel, he's in the course. Congratulations. Thank you very much. And Candace is here. Says the new setup looks great. Brian Williams is here. Sup, yo.
What's up, Brian?
Is it possible to use U.S. suppliers if you are an international seller? I heard that most U.S. suppliers don't accept payments outside the U.S. from international credit cards and PayPal. So with that whole entire thing going on, you do want to see if they will accept regular old PayPal. Some of them do, some of them don't. And from there, you're going to have to try to get a U.S. sort of bank account. I've heard of people doing it. I've heard of people even going as far, like I said, there's going to be people that are going to take extra action compared to others. And I know not everyone can do this, but I've even heard of people flying to the United States, creating a bank account, and then going back. But there's plenty of people that are outside of the U.S. that, in fact, have bank accounts in the U.S., have businesses in the U.S., can get tax exempt, And we do have we do have someone named Ruben inside of our Amazon course. He can do it for eBay, the eBay course as well. That will get you the majority of what you need. I don't know if he does bank accounts, but he does set up transfer accounts, your LLC, or at least your EIN number in the United States and everything else like that.
Yeah, and if you guys reach out to us, we can definitely get you linked up with Ruben. He definitely knows what he's talking about. Yeah. I even have some wholesale suppliers that take PayPal as a payment source, and even cryptocurrencies as alternative payment types. Sezzle is another one, and these alternative payment types can also be used by international students or international resellers. And so I would imagine that there's a lot of these other companies, other sources that are also introducing these alternative payment types for you guys. And that's something that a lot of people, I don't think, realize, is that you can actually leverage cryptocurrencies, paying with cryptocurrencies, or paying with Apple Pay, PayPal, and other different types of non-traditional, everybody just thinks that you have to use a Visa or Amex or debit card. It's not always true. Obviously, it's variable based on your supplier.
Very true. So we'll move on to the next one. Brian Williams says stealth. I don't know what that was in regards to, but Jason has an Amazon stealth account. LaTravis McKay says, our studio looks like a restaurant. Awesome. Sweet, thank you. Music Mania, how's it going? Glad I caught you guys live. Tim Stromke, Tom just looks like he's in outer space right now. Yep.
It looks like a restaurant because it's the chalkboard thing. They're thinking of like the hipster cafe. If you guys could see this whole thing, which we tried to do, it said
like my eyes hurt from staring
at
these
the Dropshipping University Professor's Corner in there. So it is here. If you guys were, I wish I could get the whole frame in view, but I can't.
Next time. Marcon says, want to focus more on wholesale. Do you want to talk about wholesale a bit for now, or just a little bit un poco?
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about it. So I've been doing wholesale dropshipping for over 3 years. I was thinking about this the other day. It's actually close to 4 years now. And it's definitely a really good way to make money. It's not what Tom's teaching in his course, but it is another way to actually sell on Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Etsy, wherever you want to sell. It's a lot more, it's a harder barrier to entry, guys. It's a lot more work that you have to do to get set up with these legitimate suppliers, but in the long run, you're going to have better relationships with your suppliers. There's pros and cons of everything, right? So as far as me making a course or talking more about it,
There's another question about that too.
I do plan on talking more about it in the future. It's just I've been so swamped with making content for the Amazon course and trying to build out everything that we have to give you guys the best, user experience possible, because we want to make sure that you guys are taken care of first before I go off and make another course and all that stuff. So I hope you guys can bear with me. It is down the pipeline. I do want to keep talking about it. I do want to reinvigorate my YouTube channel, although I don't know if I'm banned on YouTube because I couldn't log in today. Something was weird about that. So we'll see what happens. But
Interesting. And I also just got a legitimate wholesale supplier, a contract with a wholesale supplier that has tons of SKUs. And
I just 20,000.
It's way more than that. It was. They said that their bestseller list was 78,000 SKUs. It's like 160,000 SKUs.
That's like the Walmart of wholesale supplier.
Yeah, it's massive. So I'm going to try to work with them, and I'm also going to try to start doing some wholesale stuff just to see. I don't think it's going to be my bread and butter, but who knows? I mean, only time can tell.
Is this the rep that wouldn't call you back?
Yeah,
or something?
she finally emailed me. Her kid, I don't even know. So, Jason, do you have any course on eBay? Oh, that was it. It was right there. Happy birthday. Thank you guys very much. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Candace from the other room. Yo, Jason, I need to get me one of those shirts. How does Jason's shirt get called out? I'm wearing the same type of shirt. Mine has flamingos on it.
We both have flamingos. It's a Hawaiian shirt Friday, okay? If you guys are watching right now and you don't have a Hawaiian shirt on, you're doing it all wrong.
You need to wear a Hawaiian shirt to your workplace.
Friday.
I used to always wear it to my engineering company every single Friday back when I worked there. I got people to join in. At one point, we had 8 people join in on Hawaiian Shirt Friday. It's a great tradition.
I picked this one off. I think I got it at Goodwill or Ross or something for maybe $8, $5. It was so cheap, and I love them. They're so stylish. You can go to the casino later on and wear my flamingo.
So Tom Armstrong says my eBay account just got moved to 10,000 items with a $1 million limit. I mean, I don't know why. But it's a great thing that happened. The one thing that I do realize, or I've been teaching recently or talking about, is that people always talk about getting their limits raised. I don't even call to get my limits raised anymore, because my items are so low on my eBay account, and accounts that, like, literally, it doesn't matter. I have 600, 500 on an account, and that's really all you need. You're doing 50, 45, 50,000 in sales, and you're good to go. Like the thumbnail of this video is one of my accounts, and that's 54,000. It's almost 55,000, and that has like, I believe I brought it down to like 500 and something, and now it's in like the 600, 700 range. I'm not too sure. But you don't need that many. You don't need high limits. And people that are talking about getting their limits raised all the time, it really doesn't matter anymore.
So I'm going to answer this next question because Tom's got the closest seat in the house to here. So I'm going to answer this one. What's causing MC011? And that could be, who is that? Travis McKay. Honestly, it could be a bunch of different things. It's not necessarily one thing. It's not necessarily that you're reselling from Amazon. It's not necessarily that you have poor metrics. I don't know enough about your account. If you could give us more information, if you're, below standard, that's probably going to be the reason. But if you're obviously drop shipping and using API-driven software that's repricing your items, something like AutoDS or the non-manual way of AutoDS
and API way now.
That is going to get your account flagged. We've talked about this time and time again. I feel like a broken record every single time we talk about this, but those are the two main reasons. There's other things like if you haven't paid off your old debts from eBay. Remember the guy that reached out to us and he's like, what happened to my account? We couldn't figure it out. And it was that he had an old account and he just never paid his invoices. And he thought he could start a new store without paying his old invoices from eBay. You have to pay your invoices.
I actually found out the other day that the account that I made for the course to make a brand new account and break it down for the eBay course, I got that account banned because I forgot to pay for it.
See, so there's multiple reasons, guys. There's multiple reasons, but the two most obvious are either your account has fallen below standard, you haven't kept up with your metrics, or you're obviously drop shipping from known suppliers like Walmart, Amazon, Lowe's, etc. I don't want to go down the Lowe's rabbit hole right now.
So Shelton King says, so is the name of the game to undercut the competition? I mean, it's not 100% to undercut the competition. On Amazon drop shipping, if you're drop shipping on Amazon, it's pretty much to undercut the competition. That's how Amazon teaches it, or not teaches it, it kind of pushes it that you need to be the lowest price is going to get the buy box. Everybody's on one listing, so you need to be fighting for that buy box, and you're getting a rotation. With eBay, the way that they're half set up right now, because they're in a transition state at the moment, that's been about almost 2 years, and they really teach, or what they're trying to push now is that they try to do the buy box thing, but they're also, you have individual listings. Everybody has their own individual listing, so it's not always the lowest one is going to sell, but it's not, if you're wildly out of the range, like on Amazon, they literally say that if you're 5% higher than the buy box, then you will not be in the running or the rotation for the buy box. eBay doesn't tell you anything like that, but if somebody's looking at a price and they can see that you're selling the same item for like $10 more than the other person, they probably don't want to buy it. But if you're within $1 or $2, couple cents, 50 cents, maybe you're right on point with them, then it doesn't truly matter. You can list at a consistent front-end margin, 8%, 10%, 6% if you want to make more sales, 12% if you want to make a little bit less sales, but you need to diversify pretty much your listings, your titles, your images, do some promoted listings, do types of stacking of like if you buy 2 or 3, then you get a certain percentage off, volume discounts, anything like that. Something to make yourself stand out. But also, you don't have to be the lowest price. So I hope that makes sense.
So Spazzy J says, can someone tell me why I can only list 10 items? That is because you're capped at that limit, probably because you have a brand new account. You have to call in eBay, general support, call them up, and say, I would like to list more items on eBay. And they're going to take a look at your account, ask you a couple of questions, and you should be good to go. If you're not good to go, you got to be argumentative and get your way. That's usually how it goes with eBay. They always say you can only call in one time during a 31-day period. I'll call them every single day. I'll hang up and recall them the same day. It doesn't matter because they're not actually tracing your phone calls. And if they are, they're not doing a good job of it. So, you got to call and keep asking them to get those raises, those increased limits. And from there, you should be good to go. They'll probably boost you up to 100 items, maybe 250 items. And there's also a dollar limit.
I literally have a video on YouTube that shows you exactly what to do.
Check that out.
So if you find that, then you'll be golden.
Check that out.
And that's straight from the course. I literally took it from the course and I broke it down. So Greg Endham says, the course is great, thank you very much, but SKU Grid is driving me crazy. Are there consultants that can be hired to assist and get things squared away?
That's a fair question.
So I do believe that back in the day they did do something like that. I'm not sure if they still do. I'm now in contact, so I had never been in contact with the owner of SKU Grid, but I am now, and he's very responsive. And the one thing that he told me recently within the last week is that they're trying to redo the whole thing for like the user interface and the setup for beginners. I forget what he was saying he was going to call it, but basically it was going to help you guys get set up a lot easier and quicker. And I know there's like 8 to 10 videos in the course on SKU Grid, but with one little setting, and I can't see into your computer, I can't see into everybody's computer. If you have one little setting messed up or anything like that, you could possibly just have nothing could be working. So that is one thing. There's another thing where there is the Chrome extension that drops down and reprices your items from the Chrome extension. The issue with that Chrome extension is that you need to have your computer on at all points and times. You need to be logged into eBay in order for it to work and communicate between SKU Grid and eBay and your email. And that's no longer a thing. So within the last week, I've actually switched over to this thing called what was it called? It's the token. It was some sort of token, the file exchange token. It's this huge list of just numbers and letters that you copy and paste from eBay, and you paste it into SKU Grid. And now they reprice using that token, using the file exchange, non-API related, without you needing to keep your computer on, without you needing to be connected or logged into eBay, anything like that.
That's awesome.
You don't need to worry about anything like that. And you can also do the remote Chrome version, which will give you your own dedicated IP address, which looks a little bit less sketchy in eBay's eyes if you're the only one logging in from that IP. It's a little bit more technical, but the key point is the token. I've noticed a lot of people have the Chrome extension set up improperly, or they're not logged on, or some mistake happened when they were sleeping, which, you know, if I have VAs that are working when I'm sleeping, so, and they had the Chrome extension set up, so I always had a 24-hour coverage, but I understand that not everybody does. So that's the updates that are coming in the future. I hope to get out videos on it as soon as possible. But if you want to look it up, look up it's like the repricing token, or just contact somebody.
To quickly summarize, though, the token will make it so that you don't have to be logged into your computer or eBay anymore, which is a really big pro. And the other pro of it is that, you know, you basically take a code, put it in there. It's a code, a snippet. That's what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's just
right?
a big, long letters.
And it's pretty streamlined from there. You never have to worry about
It's pretty much the old way of doing everything.
And your account's not going to get flagged anymore. Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is.
So it's the best of both worlds, pretty much.
There's no extension anymore. I don't use a Chrome extension, and it came out in August, and I just didn't even know about it.
Yeah, they didn't say.
And they're like, "Oh, you should do this, Tom." And I looked at it. I was like, "Yeah, I should."
Well, that's the thing, is that they don't tell anybody about these things, and you pretty much are the one who ends up telling everybody because their marketing is weird.
You have to. They have too much. There's too many options. And it can be confusing.
They're a very powerful program, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can end up getting your account into trouble because you assume something's working when it's not, essentially.
Yeah. So on from that, onwards and upwards, Latravius McKay says, learn from your mistakes. I'm not sure what that was in regards to, but yes, always learn from your mistakes in business. Do you want to answer this one, Jason? What do you think on drop shipping in Spain? Because I'm from this country, and I don't see many people here speaking about it.
I mean, okay, we have a lot of international students.
Yeah, it doesn't matter really where you are.
It really doesn't matter where you're located physically. If I wanted to leave the United States right now, go live in Thailand, go do the digital nomad thing in Singapore or whatever, I could still operate my business, you know, internationally, even though I'm not domestic anymore, okay? So you can still run your business from a different country. You just have to get everything set up. And that's what we were talking about earlier. If you want to be competitive with a lot of main sources or a lot of main suppliers, you have to go that extra step to get tax exemption status and to get your business set up as an LLC and to get payment methods, whether it's, a Chase Bank account in the United States or something like that. You're going to have to take a little of extra steps there, but it can be done. We have a lot of international students, and a lot of them that are doing really well. So it's just a couple of more things.
One's extremely quiet, and he the one, what was his name, Lucas?
Lucas, yeah.
Yeah, and he wrote a book. He literally wrote a book.
Where's he from? Denmark?
No, not at all.
I thought he was from somewhere up there.
Is Czech Republic? That's a thing?
Czech Republic,
Is that what they're called
Eastern
now?
Europe, yeah.
That's where he's from.
Oh.
So
yeah, Lucas is a good student of ours.
Yeah, he's killing it. So we got Lazy Abram in the house as always. Thank you
What's
very
up,
much
Lazy
for showing
Abram?
up.
Do we got eCom Tomcat?
Yeah,
oh, there he
Tomcat's
is.
in the house. Did you not see
no,
his
I
comment?
didn't. I can't really see the screen too well.
You can't
from here.
read?
I also have bad eye vision.
So Matt Poole says good evening. Greg says got all states, 46 of them tax exempt. Wish SKU Grid was just easy. You just gotta keep at it, and hopefully with the new updates that they have, it will make it a lot easier. I think it's coming out in the next couple of weeks. They just might not send out an email about it, and I'll just have to alert everybody. What's good? Let's get this internet money. Are there updates for your eBay course? So at the moment, we updated it once so far, and if there's any real catastrophic thing that's happening, then we try to post it in the group. But everything still works. Nothing's changed. There hasn't really been anything that's drastically changed. There has been updates. AutoDS has come out with their non-API related solution where you have to use a Chrome extension. I haven't tried it out. I don't have the time, really, I don't think. And it's just not number one on my priority list.
Well, the thing with them, too, is that they only work with a handful
like
of
4
suppliers.
or 5 suppliers.
So,
I'm getting harped every day to try it out.
For us to spend the time to learn AutoDS's manual extension, it's going to take a lot of time to learn it, but then also, what's the end goal there? If they only have 4 retail suppliers, there's no incentive for us to move over.
And we're kind of teaching to not be using those suppliers or moving away from them eventually.
Now, in time, if they add on more suppliers, then maybe then it'll make a lot more sense, but for the time being, it doesn't make that much sense. We put that update in over the summer, so it's actually not that old. We should be putting in a new update maybe at the end of this year.
I've made some videos on SKU Grid. I just need to make them all together and coherent. And I've just realized with SKU Grid, like I said, that if it's one button click that you mess up, then your whole thing could be screwed up. But hopefully with this new token thing that I just found out about, I got set up within literally 2 seconds. So hopefully that can at least cut down on half of the mistakes. From there, it's just settings and other things like that should be fine. So eCom Tomcat says smash that like button. I agree. We got 83 people watching right now, so thank you guys all for showing up. We had 83 last week, and then our stream died, so we made sure to hardwire the computer and make sure that everything was tested about 4 hours ahead of time.
Thank you, John Arducci. John Arducci suggested that last time as our stream died.
Yeah.
Thank you so much if you're out there watching. Also, so we got 85 people. If you guys have any questions about Amazon dropshipping, eBay dropshipping in general, drop them now. We're going to answer every single person's questions. We always do.
We only got 29 minutes left to answer
we got a half hour before we're going to celebrate Tom's birthday over here. So
we're going to go to the casino. There's
may
25. There's 25 in Reno, so
we'll see what happens.
Have pickings. We got to decide. So Music Mania says get Tom's course. It's worth it. Thank you very much. I mean, we put so much time and effort into our courses, and I've bought courses before, and I still buy courses sometimes. And that one main thing I hate about buying a course that isn't, a lot of them are, this is what you should do, and then they don't show you how to do it, or they don't show you the inside of their screen. And like I said, I made an account for this course, for the course that I made for eBay. It's pretty much impossible to do it for Amazon unless I want to start doing some sketchy things for the Amazon course, but I didn't want to. So, I mean, I made a brand new account, and I walked it through step by step on exactly what to do. That's why the courses are long, because there's so much content in there step by step on how to do something.
13 hours long for the eBay
course.
and
the Amazon course almost 16.
Yeah, so we put a lot of time and effort into making that the best we can. And that is true what you were saying about a lot of the other courses, is the fact that they just tell you what to do, but, just talking about it is one thing. Showing you inside with a live screen share is a completely different thing. And most people like me are visual learners, so you guys have to see it in action and then also replicate it in another window or a tab so you guys can be working along with it. That makes so much more sense, right? Instead of just talking about it. It doesn't make too much sense. We're not professors in a university standing up in front of a lecture hall lecturing to you guys. We want to show you guys and work with you and show you exactly what it looks like inside of our computer, so that way you guys can visually see it. And that makes a lot of sense to me,
So eCom Tomcat says happy birthday. Looks like you guys are dressed to hit the bars in Acapulco. This is literally regular Friday attire. Mike D says no, it wasn't him, the one that you talked to on the phone earlier.
Okay.
Christian says, sup team DSU, happy birthday Tom, thank you very much. And Jason gets more props on his shirt. I guess people just can't see these flamingos on my shirt.
He does have flamingos on his shirt. They're
But
smaller.
I changed my shirt because I know I'm going to sweat from this live, and I want to wear my other Hawaiian that I was wearing later. So I was strategic. I called them once. I'm going to try again. Yeah, okay. When forming an LLC, do you have to make a new eBay store as well, since you can't transfer ownership or just update it? You can literally turn a personal eBay account into a business eBay account. I didn't even make a business eBay account until probably about, I don't even know, like 7-8 months or something.
There's no distinct advantage except
no
that you
real
can get your
advantage.
account limits raised. Supposedly, you can get your account
Between
limits
the-
raised a little faster.
Yeah, between like connected accounts, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's more advanced stuff. It really doesn't matter. Get your LLC, do the legal jargon correctly, and if you join the course or anything like that, you do have access to, if you ask me, to our CPA that we personally do use, who is probably going to be upsetting us if we don't get on our own ass here and start putting our QuickBooks for the year together, because she's definitely she definitely knows our style. And she's trying to get us ahead of schedule here. So thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Hey, Jason, anyways, you guys are going to do wholesale videos to the course. So, I mean, we kind of answered that question.
Yeah, I talked about that a little bit earlier.
The course is not going to be updated with any wholesale videos. If anything, there would be a wholesale course put out in the future.
Yeah, that's just a complete different animal in and of itself. Wholesale dropshipping, while it is still dropshipping, the processes that you have to do to get set up with the suppliers, to actually, you know, find these products, it's much, much different. There are overlaps, but it's much different, and I wouldn't want to combine those things.
The software is pretty much all different.
I think a lot of students would get confused if we just, you know, took a whole course and then combined it with another course. It doesn't really make sense in that scope. Especially since this eBay course is already 14 hours long. We're going to make it 60 hours long, so I hope you guys can understand that. But, you know, again, I do plan on making more content in the future going forward. Hopefully this spring is a more realistic goal for me.
So Music Mania says, how long do you guys think eBay will keep using PayPal? I'm pretty sure they set an actual deadline. I just don't really remember what it was, but I believe it's supposed to be by the end of 2020, I believe, or something like that. They're getting rid of PayPal, and then they're doing their own managed payments. Then they're going to integrate the ability for people to pay with PayPal into managed payments. So I think they already did.
Yeah.
So I haven't moved to managed payments yet.
Is anybody using it?
I know that
Joe
there's people
Cox,
in our course that
one of
have.
our students is using it, and you know, I've tried to gauge whether
You get
it's
lower
good or
fees.
Yeah. So some people are getting really low fees. Some people are getting
Your brother
regular
got low
fees.
fees,
Yeah.
right?
He also has a big account, enterprise level account. So they're obviously going to work with him to lower down. I think he got 2% and no transaction fee. So
That's
no
to
30
replace
cents.
the
Yeah.
2.9%.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens over time. But you know, anybody who's watching right now, are you guys using managed payments by eBay yet? I'm really curious to know how it's working for you, because I'm thinking about making that transition very, very soon. So if you guys could let us know, that would be really appreciated. Let us know in the comments.
So I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this name. How to sell digital products like Windows McAfee. We don't sell digital products on eBay or Amazon. I'm not sure if there's any real issues with doing so. I'm sure there is, because I buy a lot of sketchy Windows, just Windows, whatever that is, operating system, is that what it is? Whatever I pay for, I get the product keys off of Reddit, and that's how when I reset a computer, that's how I do it. It doesn't sound
You shouldn't
legit.
tell the people about
It's
this.
definitely sketchy to do so. So I don't know. That's where I get all mine from.
That wouldn't really be drop shipping either, right? Because there's no movement of
probably sell
inventory.
them
It would be
on eBay.
You say arbitrage. I guess arbitrage of software, digital goods.
I
I'm sure it
wouldn't do it.
exists. I've never seen anybody do it. I've also never tried it.
I wouldn't do it. I just participate in the doing of it.
So where are we at here?
I'll read it for you.
Okay.
I might be at work, but I wouldn't miss out on the live. Happy birthday, Tom. Thank you very much. Do you still recommend eBay for newbies? Do you want to answer that question?
Yes. The answer is an overwhelming yes, because eBay is the easiest platform to get set up with. There's a very low barrier to entry. So if you want to start dropshipping on eBay today, you can do it. It's really it's something that's very feasible to do over a long weekend even, right? You just set up your account, get your PayPal account integrated in with eBay, and you know, you can go list a couple of products and get a feel for it, get your feet wet. And it's very simple to do, and if you're selling products that have high demand and they're priced competitively, you should start seeing sales very soon. And that's something that we teach in our course, sniping other sellers, finding products that sell anywhere between 5 and 10 times per month, and that is going to give us the information we need to make an educated guess to list this item. And from there, you're going to start to get experience doing customer service, doing returns, doing all those things that are necessary to learn the ins and outs of eBay dropshipping. Now, once you get a little bit more intermediate or advanced, we really suggest you guys take your eBay dropshipping business and start to shift it over to Amazon, Shopify, or anywhere else. Amazon is something that we're teaching a lot right now because it is the hot market. It is the gold rush of e-commerce.
I'm at $9,000 profit for the month on Amazon, and I have less than 600 items, I think, on my store. So, I mean, Amazon's definitely a great place to be, but you need to start somewhere before you go to Amazon, because I've seen a lot of people start on Amazon and within 3 days they're banned. They're like, oh yeah, I was making so many sales. And there was somebody that bought our course the other day having already messed up extremely bad, hoping that the course would save them when they had already sold. I think they said they sell on their first 3 days $8,000 in sales.
Yeah.
There's no issue with selling too much on Amazon. You will always be selling a ton on Amazon. Sales are not the issue. Making sure that you have the money and or making sure your metrics are in great shape is the biggest issue with Amazon.
Yeah, because the thing with Amazon is if you get your account suspended, they're going to hold your money. That's the difference between eBay and Amazon. eBay, your money goes and it flows through into PayPal and you have your money in a different party. That's an escrow or a third-party payment processor. Amazon has an in-house payment processor and they hold your money and they don't disperse it till 14 days goes by. So your money is going to sit there, and if you screw something up and you get your account banned, you're going to have those funds held, and they might be held indefinitely. So that's why we always tell people stay, as a beginner, stay on eBay, learn the ropes, and then transition to Amazon when you feel comfortable that your customer service is on par, your return system is on par, that you understand your supplier inside and out. Once you get those things, then you can transfer, migrate your business over to a more profitable place like Amazon.
Very well spoken. And Andres Martinez says, Tom's optimization method works. I'm getting $40,000 in sales with 13% margins, and that's with no gift cards or cash back with Walmart items, and I have 137 items in my account. That is pretty damn awesome. I appreciate the nice testimonial, and it goes to show that as long as you take it, you can't be doing what everybody else is doing 100%. If you go and just optimize something or go out of your way to change something with your listings that you know these items are going to be selling, there's a bajillion Walmart items being sold on eBay. It should not be hard to find them. Once your tax is empty, you should be able to compete with everybody else. From there, I mean, we already have a student here that's doing $40K in sales at 13% margin with literally less than 150 items. So that's pretty wild. So, I mean, it's there if you put in the effort.
Are you talking about our student from the other day?
We're literally right here. I'm reading this.
I was thinking you were talking about Charles.
I'm literally reading this right here.
We have another student who just released a post.
Month.
Yeah, it's his second month. I'm actually super proud of him. If you're watching out there, Charles, awesome job. He put up big numbers, and it's only his second month. I think he did 30 or 40,000 in less than 60 days on eBay. So people who think that you can't make money on eBay, it's just not true, because there's a ton of people out here that are seeing success, but these are the students that are super dedicated and they're treating it like a business, which is really what you have to do to take it to the next level.
Latravius McKay says, what'd you guys do for Halloween? We're celebrating tonight. We're Hawaiian shirt guys. eCom Tomcat says, the last time Jason talked about his store, was he talking about eBay or Amazon? Does he focus on one niche in that one store, or did he mix in different categories in one store?
Is he talking about the last live?
I believe, yeah, when you were holding up your show and tell.
Oh yeah, show and tell from last week. So do I only sell in one specific niche on Amazon? No, actually I'm selling in two niches right now. It doesn't really matter how many niches you focus on. Those are two really good suppliers that I have, and those two suppliers, I know their products well. I know which ones tend to stay in stock. I know which ones sell really well. I know which ones I can bundle pair, stuff like that. I know which ones I can stay competitive on. And there's two main niches that I'm selling on Amazon right now. But again, it's not limited. You don't have to limit yourself to one niche. You don't have to limit yourself to two niches. As long as you're confident that you understand that supplier and that you understand the products that you're selling, then I would say to go sell it. So, and it's another one of those things where you learn it over time, right? So one of the niches that Tom sells in, you had no background in it.
No,
but you
but I
learned
could be
it,
now.
right?
I'm professional.
Exactly, but you learned it over time, and you kind of used eBay as your training ground and transferred that over to Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, most of the stuff, I kind of like the hands-on type. I mean, my dad's always had tools and stuff like that, so I kind of like that type of selling of those items, the industrial type stuff. But I mean, it's the majority of what or everything I sell really on eBay is I have no prior experience with that niche. So,
But you learned it. That was the thing.
Yeah,
you learned
I'm the expert now. I could literally start my own company in that niche. So Walmart now has a 5% cashback credit card. Yes, they do. I think I have the card. I don't know what happened. I mean, I have the card. I think they move you over to the other card. I don't know. I've been
They
getting...
bumped you up from the 3% to the 5%?
Yeah, because you have the card and they switched from Synchrony to Capital One. I'm getting emails from Capital One. I have a Capital One card already, and this one's not on my account. I tried to get it on there. It didn't work, and then I just gave up because I don't use Walmart, and I could really care less.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was 5% off in-store at Walmart...
You use it for groceries.
Oh my
and
God,
stuff.
I could
you
use
could
it
use
for
it for groceries.
Walmart gave me 2 free pallets of chicken this week because I picked up chicken from their Walmart grocery pickup, and it had a hole in it, and I complained. So always complain and get free pallets of chicken and coupons.
Thank you. He just had an epiphany. Now he's going to go use that credit
And I
card.
get 5% back now and free pallets. I'm literally killing it. Christian wants to know, do you sell your online arbitrage? What is the retail arbitrage? Do you sell your OA and RA items in the same account as your wholesale?
Is he asking specifically to me?
Yeah, that was Jason.
Okay.
I think he's talking about like how we were saying last week that you have some stuff like warehouse.
Oh yeah. Those aren't retail arbitrage items. The physical items that I showed in the show and tell last week. If you guys didn't see that, go ahead and watch that video. That was last week's live stream. Those are items that I just so happen to have. They got caught up in returns. You know, my customer, for whatever reason, decided to return it to me instead of my supplier. I had them in my back office there, and I just decided to pull them out. Those aren't retail arbitrage or like, you know, going to a local store and buying them and then reselling them on the internet. That's not what I do. I only do online reselling. That's it. So I hope that clears that up for you, Christian.
So Muhammad asks, is it possible to drop ship to Amazon from outside the U.S., or should I change my address? I'm not an international. I do not know. We have Ruben inside of our Amazon course that's setting up all of the international people with it, with an account or whatever they need. For a small fee, I believe the Amazon account setup and everything is like less than $200, and then he'll go and get you tax exempt. He'll get you tax exempt to whatever state you want, all the states, some states. It's very flexible. But I am not sure because I do not have to do that personally. So I would reach out to Ruben, see what he has to say. I forget his last name at the moment, but
message us on Facebook or email us or something.
So
We'll
Evil Boy Genius says Amazon keeps flagging my dropshipping purchases as fraud. It's because you should probably stop using Amazon, like we said a year ago. It's not worthwhile anymore. And I mean, we do have people that are killing it with Walmart still, but I've even moved away from Walmart. It's really about trying to keep your account as safe as possible. And Amazon banning all your buying accounts, there's clearly an issue there, I would say. And I've even had some pretty high up, decently well-known figures ask me how to not get their Amazon buying accounts banned. And the answer is I don't know, because I don't use them, and neither should you. Latravius McKay says, you look like a gym rat, Jason. It's not wrong. Hustle Williams says, let's go. Skew Grid is fire in my opinion. Very true. HW, what does that mean? I have no clue. Heavyweight? Like in wrestling? I'm not sure.
Oh man, we got some funny people today. Huh?
What does that?
Oh my God.
Question: what profit margin should I aim for? For example, if a product costs $4, what would be a great way to set the price to get profit? First off, don't be selling items that cost $4. You're not going to make much money on it no matter what. Secondly, you just aim for 10% profit, and you're going to want to realize what your fees are. So I don't know where you live, if you're in the U.S. or anything, if you have an eBay account or a business or whatever.
There's a lot of variables.
Or not
here,
a store.
guys.
But mainly the fees are going to be about what, 12%, 12%, 12, 13%.
It's hard to give people generalized answers when you don't, put some more information. Do you live in the United States? Do you have an eBay store? If so, what store level are you? These are questions that are legitimate. Are you tax exempt? These are
We've got a lot
questions
of
that
questions.
answers that we have to figure out in order to give you a valid answer, right? So
All right, we're gonna have to speed through these.
we're gonna speed read these. So
Dominique Jones says, "Hey Tom and Jason, do you use the same obscure suppliers for Amazon that you do for eBay?" So the general answer is yes. The only difference is I keep looking at myself on the screen when I should be looking at the camera. The only difference is if that supplier sells on one of those platforms. So if the supplier sells on eBay, then I usually don't try to attempt to really take sales away from them on eBay because they already are pricing it at most likely the price I'm getting it for. So it's really not worth competing and listing all these items that might sell but probably won't. Same thing as if they sell on Amazon, then I'd only use them on eBay. If they sell on both, then I usually don't try to compete. Jason over here likes to take the other side of the story.
There's an exception to this, and a lot of the time I see with suppliers, they have only some of their SKUs listed. So let's say that they have an entire inventory of 10,000 products, 10,000 listable products, and they're only 4,000 of them are on eBay or only 4,000 of them are on Amazon. That means that I can still realistically get in there and sell 6,000 of them, and that's how I kind of look at it. There's always an opportunity. It's just depending on how you want to take it, how you look at things. I kind of see it as, well, they said that I can resell their products, so I'm going to try to find a competitive edge and also not necessarily compete with them, but kind of compete with them because they're also selling on that platform, but they're failing to put all of their products on that platform. And another thing is bundle pairing or putting in products that are aligned with each other and making a new listing, because now you're actually adding value and making a new listing and differentiating yourself from other people. So I don't see why any supplier would take offense to that or get upset about that.
So David says, "I tell you what, my eBay sales have been horrible. I am glad I have a savings and a retirement. But my question is, what kind of money are you making out there? I mean, money in your pocket, not your sal." I don't know what
Salary.
Sales.
Oh,
Sales. I think. So yeah, on eBay this month, I've made over $5,000. On Amazon, I've made $9,000 plus.
He's talking about profit.
Yeah, this is profit.
Net profit.
I haven't really tried as much on eBay. I just have literally two and a half workers running my eBay store. I don't do anything on it, and they just run it. They just do it. I check it like literally 20 minutes a day, and I go, there you go. And with Amazon, that's what I've been really trying to build up, get a lot of different just suppliers out there. The Amazon course just launched, so I was focusing on that more. And I did recently find a very good supplier where I'm getting pretty crazy high margins on it, around 28% average. So I'm selling a lot. I'm selling a ton of volume on there, and that's where I think I still only have about 2.5 workers on that store. But that's really what's pushing forward and making a lot of the money for me. But still, it's nothing to scoff at. It's definitely more than a lot of people make out there, and
they're full-time jobs.
At a full-time job.
Be honest,
I was making $5,000 after graduating with $100,000 in student loan debt. So
yeah, I always find it funny when somebody out there says, "Oh, you only made $3,000. You only made $2,000."
People literally don't make that. Some people don't.
It's really, it's a lot of money to some people, and then the other thing is how
it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, and the people that are saying, "Oh, I just made like $50,000 this month." Sure, there's definitely people out there that if I took the account I have on Amazon right now, multiplied it 5 times, got way more VAs, and did all that, and had a bajillion amounts of stress, then yes, I could do it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's not really worthwhile to me.
Yeah. So Latravius McKay asked about the name of Lucas's book. I actually don't know it off the top of my head. If you're in our private members Facebook group, he's in there. So hit him up. Did we already do Shelton King? Okay.
I'm about to start vetting VAs so that when I give them the Google Sheet, do I give them the one from the course or a blank one so they can start adding items to the list and put the correct profit margins? If you need to give them the sheet that you use. You guys are going to be using the sheet together. It's going to be a symbiotic relationship. And you can, eventually you're going to probably stop listing or finding items. So just give them the sheet that you already have.
Bayside Deal says, how many suppliers would you suggest to use for a new store? I would say start off with 1 or 2, really learn them inside and out, and then as you get comfortable with them, or if they don't work out, move on to another one. But try to stay to 1 or 2 and then expand from there. Go off to 3, 4, 5. And honestly, how many do you have? You have 2? You have 2 on eBay, 3 on eBay?
What, suppliers?
Suppliers.
I'm only using one, I think, at the moment.
One,
on eBay,
but you
or two.
You're like two and change.
Yeah.
So.
Well, with Amazon, I'm using a lot more, so that's.
So I'm only using three on eBay right now, and another one that I kind of use. I only have like 10 items listed from them. So you really don't need that many suppliers. It's more about what items are you listing, and are those items going to sell well, and are they going to continuously sell? That's really the question here.
And it's all about learning the supplier. There's always a little trick to the trade for every little supplier out there. Most people probably didn't know Walmart had tax exemption 2 years ago. And in fact, a lot of them didn't, because a lot of people weren't tax exempt. But if you learn these little tiny tricks, if you go down to the bottom of the websites and you start reading all these little things about them, you're going to realize that there's always a way to be saving money in some way, shape, or form. And then you'll eventually realize that there's like 2, 3, 4 people out there maybe on the platform that have also learned what you just learned. And it's not reinventing the wheel. It's saying, hey, this dude's selling this item that I know is from this supplier, and he's selling it for a price where it seems to, or it appears that he's making no money, but he's clearly not doing this for charity. At least I hope not. So how is he doing it? And then I don't know why I say it's a he. It could be anybody out there, but it could be a she as well. But you need to figure out what they're doing is the main thing.
So we got 73 people watching right now. Go ahead and smash that like button for Tom's birthday. He just turned 26.
Thanks,
Go
guys.
ahead and smash that like button, and we're going to just try to rattle through these last
5
couple
minutes.
of questions
We're gonna go
here.
over, I can already tell.
And we're going to do our best to answer your questions.
So Marcon says, have you tested the VA access for eBay? I looked at it, and it's still
terrible.
in beta, and it's awful.
It's terrible.
So there's really no point in that.
It's a waste of time. Honestly, it's so rudimentary. It's so basic. It's terrible. I tried to get my VA set up with it, and it gave me an error code saying that you can't put in somebody's email or invite somebody who's not from the United States. And I said, well, what, have you guys never heard of virtual assistants? Obviously, we don't all have employees working in our living room or working in our office. It doesn't make any sense. So, that's one of the things. And you also don't have a lot of controls. So you can't say if you want this person to only be able to have access to listings or only have access to, preferences or whatever. And on Amazon, you can really control and fine tune those things so that your VAs only have access to certain things. So eBay is really far behind on that. Hopefully they buff it out a little bit.
Latravius McKay says we should go to the Bunny Ranch tonight. The Mustang Ranch is closer. Happy birthday, Tom. Eddie says live from Boston. Are you in Boston right now? I grew up literally like 20 minutes outside of Boston, but we're currently in Nevada. I canceled 2 items today from the same buyer for shipping to a PO box and marked it as can't ship to the buyer's address. Now that's the right way to do it. You did it correctly. Hola, ¿cómo están? Jason, you know Spanish, right?
That's just hi, how are you, right?
I think so. With the new setup, Christian says with the new setup you guys are planning on, looks like you guys are planning on staying in Reno for a while. We're mobile. We're like cheetahs. You can literally take this down, set it up anywhere. You can set it up in a storage container in literally one day. And honestly, I don't know. Probably not. Let's be honest here. I was referring to Amazon with that question. If you were dropshipping on Amazon, Eddie, that's definitely, I don't know. I don't think that would be the best way to do it. I would try to get them to cancel it first. I do believe that would affect your cancellation metrics. Does your program share some of the wholesale companies we're selling? We do not talk about wholesale. What software are you using for wholesale? Jason's not talking about wholesale currently.
Everybody's interested in wholesale. Last week it was tax exemption. The week
every
before
week
that
has
it was
a theme. It's a theme.
It was stealth accounts the week before that. Wow.
Where are we? How about another Joe Cox podcast? We could do that. He's been very busy recently, so
Joe will jump on.
Yeah, he's all over the place. We've had a lot of other students start doing well. I want to start bringing more people on, just to get some other opinions out there. But Joe Cox is obviously he's camera friendly. How can I avoid order cancellation on Walmart? Make sure you have everything set up with SKU Grid, and you should be at least decently well off. I don't use Walmart anymore, mainly for that reason, with the out of stocks and the changing of prices all the time. Mark Augustine said Amazon don't play.
Yeah, he's talking about the suspension.
Yeah,
I was going off about the suspension. I've definitely gotten the butt end of that one for sure. So that's why I always caution everybody out there, don't play with Amazon. only go sell on Amazon if you know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to lose money and you're going to be very upset because Amazon's not going to give you your money back and you can't hire a lawyer to go represent the biggest company in the world. Amazon's literally the biggest company in the world, I think.
They don't play.
They don't mess around.
So Eddie says, where do I learn about transferring my LLC to an S corporation / tax loopholes?
That would be a CPA.
Contact a CPA. If you have our course, we can give you who ours is, but we don't want to flood them with a bajillion people. So only people that are inside of the eBay or Amazon course will get access. And do you worry about Amazon holding $100,000 in sales indefinitely for retail dropshipping? That's why I try to keep my sales lower on Amazon and my margins higher. Currently, I only have about 34,000 in sales, and I'm doing 9,000 in profit for the month. And that means if they're only holding it for 14 days, it's about 13 grand that they're holding at a time.
Because you have on-demand disbursements.
There's also a secret trick where you can get your disbursements every single day, but it's a smaller amount. So you're really only down to about 10 days out of the month that they're holding at a given time. I mean, at that point, 13,000 is still nothing to really, it's laugh at, shake a stick at, or whatever you're going to say. Yeah. But it's a lot better than 100,000.
And you're taking steps to mitigate the likelihood of getting issues like that, right? With IP cases or infringements, keeping your metrics high, making sure that the customer is taken care of. You're doing all those things.
Yeah.
So you've done a good job of hedging yourself against the risk. And I think you've done a good job of learning from my mistakes and other people's mistakes and making sure that the same thing doesn't happen to you. That's smart.
Yeah. What are the slow months for eBay? I'd say after Q4. Mike Huffman says 3 weeks, 12K in sales at 10% on eBay, by the way. That's pretty damn good. There you go.
Congrats.
Any tips for bundling? Would you stay away from BB guns? Don't sell BB guns. Don't sell anything gun-related, knife-related. You're going to get your items taken down.
Yeah.
Tom says, always complain. Yep, that is true. It's 3% at the store. You need a business Amazon account. I don't know what that's from.
Oh, that guy was saying 3% at the store.
Oh, yeah.
So that you can't get 5% on your chicken pallets.
That's lame, dude. But that's online purchase. I don't know. I'll call them up and complain. What I mean specifically for Amazon dropshipping, would you sell your Walmart retail? I don't sell Walmart retail items and wholesale suppliers. Oh, that was back to the original question. Would you sell retail dropshipping on Amazon and wholesale at the same time?
I mean,
as long as you feel safe with your retail supplier, I would.
Guys, I don't even feel. Here's the thing: is we just talked about all the risks associated with Amazon, right? Anything can happen on Amazon. You can't ever feel safe or comfortable or content selling on Amazon because there's always the threat of them holding your money and suspending your account. But what you can do is mitigate those risks. So even though I'm using wholesale suppliers, that doesn't mean that I'm exempt from all these
when
issues
you got
that
screwed
you
over
guys
the first time you were using
I was using a wholesale supplier, and they didn't accept my invoices from a legitimate wholesale distributor. So just take that into consideration, that just because people like me and others are using wholesale suppliers, or just because other people are doing private labeling, does not mean that they're exempt from dealing with these potential issues with selling on Amazon. It's always going to be a risky platform until they put in some massive changes to protect sellers. That's the honest to God truth.
One thing that I was on a podcast, or me and Mark Augustine recorded a podcast this week that should come out. I don't know when he's going to get it up, but in the future. And he did say that eBay has to really worry about kicking off people like us or anybody like that because they don't have products. But Amazon could legitimately kick everybody off their platform tomorrow and still have a bunch of products that they sell. They wouldn't have all of the products that are on their website, but they could literally still make a lot of money and kick every single person off. So you have to realize that Amazon can do legitimately whatever they want.
Yeah.
And you just got to kind of roll with the punches and make money while you can.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're going to do that anytime soon.
It wouldn't be a smart choice for their investors. Let's be honest. They wouldn't do that. But
they could.
You just know there's always a looming threat, and understanding that you're playing in their playground. So I always talk about that. Know where you're at. Understand the context of your selling marketplace and go from there. And always, diversification's key in any business. So if you're selling on multiple platforms, you're hedging yourself against the potential risk of these things that we're talking about.
All right, we're going to have to speed up. I have to go to the bathroom. What is the benefit of opening a second eBay store? I mean, you don't use another eBay PayPal account like you asked. You can use the same PayPal account, and it's really if you want to just take the listings that were not as good on that account, put them on another account, and see if they sell. I did a video on it, and they do sell again. It's not a given, but there's a percentage that will sell again. My account on eBay has been flagged. I haven't created a new account. I'm trying to save my existing account. Don't try. It's done. I deleted all 30 apps, that's a lot. 30?
Wow.
Is there a chance that my account will be unflagged?
Who's
No.
that, CDM Network? Is that who asked that question?
IM Network.
How'd you have 30 apps in your account? That's a lot. I mean,
you're not going to get your account unflagged no matter how many apps you had. It doesn't matter. Just create a new account. You'll be good.
even so, I'm more amazed by that.
We can't worry about how many apps you had. When should you upgrade to the next tier subscription? Around 400 to get the, what's the 1,000 plan on eBay? Premium?
Yeah.
400 to get premium, and it's like 3,500 to get the Anchor store, but you shouldn't have to worry about that. Hey, Tom, why'd you drop your VA Carlos? Christian must know something I don't. I still have Carlos. Was it work quality? We never dropped Carlos. We still have Carlos. Jason, what is your monthly profit? If you want to answer that, you can.
What does he go on to say? Oh, that's what Travius Smith. Yeah, so on Amazon, I'm making over $4,000. I did over $4,000.
That account
profit.
just started.
In October, and that account on Amazon started in middle of July. So it's not even a very old account. It's a stealth account, and I'm primarily reselling from one supplier. So that's one supplier worth about $4,000 profit, and it was very, very low maintenance. So I only sold 106 units, so that means I had very low customer service. I only had 5 returns or 6 returns that whole month, so that's a very low amount of returns. It's very simple. I don't even have any VAs on that account because it's a stealth account. And all in all, it's been real smooth sailing so far, and I'm gearing up. I'm getting ready to go for fourth quarter, and I'm listing more products, and hopefully I can get up to 6,000 by December. I'm hoping that's my target goal on Amazon.
So, where are we? Shelton King says he was talking about the sourcing sheets and said that I was talking about how VAs fudge their numbers. Just check the amount of sales per month. They're always gonna, if they're gonna fudge their numbers, they're gonna fudge the sales per month. Just go in and check. The spreadsheet has what person they sniped it from, so you can go and click on that. And if they never sold the item in the last 30 days, but your VA said it sold 20 times in the last 30 days, looks like an amazing product, but in reality they're just lying to you the entire time. That's what I was talking about. So Vegan Queen's telling CDIM Network that eBay advises once you disconnect third-party apps and return to normal shipping processes, it will take about a month for your account to be recognized by the system as unflagged. I
don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I've taken a lot of software off other accounts. Nothing happened. Just create another account. Don't waste your time. Don't waste a month. Don't worry about it. What are you holding on to? Are you holding on to memories?
You holding on to feedback? I mean,
feedback
doesn't mean anything.
Limits, you don't really need very many of them. You can get like 4 in a day if you wanted. What are you holding on to at that point? Literally nothing. So it doesn't matter. What stores are you using to dropship from? Inside of the course, you'll find out. Should I get tax exempt first or start selling first? I always suggest to start selling first. You want to learn the ropes, really kind of just start making some sales. Then in the background, you want to be working on all the more major things like tax exemption, building your credit limits, building up, getting new credit cards, finding new ways to make money from different suppliers. Organizing, streamlining, hiring VAs. That's really what you want to be doing in the background while you first start learning, or like basically at the same time as learning. So
that was well said. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. I'm well spoken. So where are we? Mike D says, how often do you pay off your credit card? Depends. Sometimes like every other day. I don't like it to affect my credit score with utilization, so I pay it off a lot. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Otherwise, just set it up on auto pay.
Yeah, if I'm maxing it out, I'm maxing it out.
Make sure that you're not... The bottom line with credit cards, guys, is make sure that you're not getting hit by interest rates. And the only way to do that is making sure that you pay the monthly balance off, right? So make sure you do that so you don't get hit by interest rates.
So...
20% APR or whatever it is. It's crazy.
So it seems like we answered everybody. CDIM typoed 30. He meant he only had 4 apps. 4 apps.
Oh.
Better than 30 apps.
I was going to say, that's a new record.
Hey, Tom, what is the benefits for upgrading your eBay shop subscription? If you don't have a store subscription, then you'll be getting hit with 10% fees in every single category, no matter what. If you get even a basic store, you will go from 10% to a range of 4 to 9.15%. Majority of them are 9.15%, but some of them are lower, so you'll be saving on fees. That's about it. I mean, if you do over $2,500 in sales a month or $2,800 in sales a month, 1% of that is $28. If you're doing more than $2,800 in sales a month, you're literally losing money if you don't have a store subscription. So that's the math behind that. And Latravius McKay is the most active person we always have on our lives, is laughing at what I just said. But thank you guys. All right, we'll answer CDIM right here. The reason I want to keep my existing account is the fact that I have an active subscription and have to pay a fee. Oh yeah, you bought a whole year's worth of subscription.
Oh, that's your...
You did what I always say not to do.
That's a no-no.
We got 63 people still watching right now. This has been a long one. It's an hour and 10 minutes. If you guys haven't liked this video already, please be sure to smash the like button.
It's Tom's
for my
birthday. Give it
26.
to him for his birthday.
If you guys, and also if you have any suggestions on health insurance, let me know. I need to get that.
And again, guys, we said this at the beginning of the episode. We are running a Halloween flash sale. It will end by tomorrow night, Saturday, November 2nd at midnight. So make sure to get in on that. The link is in the description. You'll save $200 on either the eBay course or the Amazon course.
Or both.
Or both if you want to go take both of them on. I would probably suggest that you just go one or the other. But, you know, the world is your oyster. And with that said, I think we're going to close out.
So thank you guys very much for showing up. If you have any more comments, just post them in the actual comment section, and we'll answer them at a later point in time, probably tomorrow, possibly Sunday. And thank you guys very much, and we'll see you in the next live.